Let's hit the ground running with the details now. This afternoon, 5 more bodies have been recovered from the mining pits that collapsed on 17 persons in Prestea-Nsuta in the western region 3 days ago. It brings the number of persons suspected to be underneath the collapsed pit to 17, and to help it would only take God to find any of those alive after 3 days there. Their cry for help, evident yesterday, has stopped, and their families are in anxious wait for news on them. Today, 5 of them were pulled out, but the fate of the 11 others remain uncertain. More men have been added to the rescue operation as they race against time to pull them out alive. So far, there have been some inconsistencies in a number of people thought to have been entombed, making it difficult to properly account for everybody who's been caught up in this accident. Here's what we have heard so far. You ordered the details on that, but here are pictures, fresh pictures, of course, from the mining area where those people have been trapped. Very soon we'll be going live to the grounds to speak to Best FM's Kojo Fletcher, who's been following up on that story to tell us how the rescue operation has progressed so far. Yesterday, Benito Wusubio, Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, was there. We believe he's still at that place today, and he says the government is providing the logistical support for the miners themselves to lead the operations. We'll be bringing you up to speed on that with information from the grounds. Kojo Fletcher joins me on the telephone now with more details. Hello, Kojo. We now... Hello? Hello, Kojo.
Yes, hello.
Right, very well. If you can hear me, bring us up to speed. What's the update so far on this matter?
Well, the update so far is that 5 bodies are in the 5 bodies they say have been found, but yet we retrieved to the top here. So we are waiting for a while, but the third party is in the searching for the rest of the body.
Now, you've told we also know at this point that 5 bodies have been recovered. Have they been identified? Have their families been able to identify who they are?
No, the bodies have not been brought out yet. They are still down there, packed somewhere in the pit. They don't want to bring it out now for the family members to be willing and all that. That is what rescuers are saying. So they may be waiting for some time before they bring it out. Even the first one, the picture is all over here, but nobody has been able to identify whether it's a family member or something.
Very well. We also understand that there has been an increase in the number of persons undertaking this search operation. Who are these people, and why did the number have to be increased?
Of course, the operation is a daunting task, and yesterday there were 15 who went in there to do the operation. Today we have 30, and it's been led by the police, the fire service, and the Galamsey themselves, who are there to give these bodies.
Kojo, I mean, you would imagine, obviously, that the families will be very anxious and will be worried about the situation. You've been having a conversation with them as well. What are they telling you?
Yes, I spoke to one yesterday, and he was saying that they're just waiting for the bodies to be treated, so that they'll be able to identify their family member, and that if there's any action that they want to take against the leaders, then they will do so. They are something fishy went on, and maybe there was a plan or something of that sort. But that one we can't confirm. But they are saying that they are waiting for the bodies to be treated, and if there's any action they want to take against the leaders of the area, then they will.
The police in the area had earlier said that the owners of the pit have been declared wanted. Has the police said anything so far on that matter today?
So yesterday I spoke to the district commander of police, Superintendent Achi Neku, where he told me that he hasn't found them yet, and I hope so. As they are wanted, the wanted is still on hold.
What have the people in the area saying? What has been their response so far to this tragedy?
All the guys are here, the community folks are also here, family members are here waiting for the bodies to be traced here and see whether they can identify anybody who's closer to them. Those who have their families in there, you see them crying, wailing, and others are also just there, but don't know whether when the family member or the brother said was coming or whether he was part of those who went in there, because normally when they ask or when they move from the house to a site, they don't normally tell you where they are going. It may be here, it may be here, it may be here. So they don't know whether they are here. Sometimes they are able to go for some days somewhere, some days without coming. So they don't know whether they are here. They are not also hearing from them. So the families are here waiting whether they'll be able to identify anybody who may be treated here.
What have the opinion leaders been saying? We know they're waiting, of course, but what is it that they're saying? Are they people to be blamed? Are there any reasons they are ascribing to this unfortunate incident? What do they say, especially the DCE and the opinion leaders in the area?
The DCE is currently not in town, and that we struggled. I have the DCD here, the district coordinator. Mr. Iduasai, who is here, is also looking over or trying to see, make sure these things are done orderly before they leave. Yesterday, the chief in the area, Nana Editing, was also sad about the situation that the incident happened in his area. He was sad and is currently also at the site.
Well, before I let you go, could you tell us about the survivor's account? You've been speaking to one of the survivors. What exactly did he tell you as his account of what happened?
Well, before today, he couldn't speak because he was gripped fear. And yesterday, when I was speaking to him, he was tearing up, but I was able to speak to us. He gave account of what happened, and that he saw what was going to happen, and that he was able to rescue some people together with him out. But as for the rest, he suggested that they were deeper or behind him, so he couldn't do anything about it. But he is hoping that despite the fact that those down there may be dead, he's hoping that all of them will come out, because he was saying he has a boy. I think he works with him, and that boy also has been trapped down there.
One of the things that some of them have raised concern about is the fact that this particular pit did not have what they call the cage. Have they been talking about that with you? Could that have saved the lives of the people?
The cage is the stick that they use to support the pit so that it doesn't cave in. What you understand also is that the day that the incident happened, there was a blast in there. So the blast could have destroyed all what they did there, all the support they did there. So that's how come the pit was able to collapse on the Galamsey. Right now, those in there are trying to construct all the cages before they can pull all of them out. They are backing up all the rubble and they construct the cage before they will be able to pull all of them through to the top.
Has this stopped any of the Galamsey activities? Of course, perhaps because the minister is around and there's a moratorium on Galamsey activities, there won't be. But when you speak to the Galamseyers, when you speak to the illegal small-scale miners, do you get the indication that this will stop them in any way?
I can't say that for sure. Here in the stop, but I don't know about other areas that these illegalities are going on.
Okay.
And here we have other places that they may even go in there to do operation or to find gold. But I can't say that they are still doing it. They may be fear in them since the minister is here. But I can't guarantee whether other places are still doing it.
Right. The deputy minister has been there since yesterday. Wrap up the discussion for us by telling us what he's been saying, if he has been saying anything at all.
Yeah, the minister has been telling us that he is here. He has been here for the past days, and he wants to make sure that everything, or maybe a number of people, will be retrieved so that he will be able to go. But he's here with me, and maybe I can speak with him briefly. However, Minister, you've been here for the past 2 days. How many days more are you here?
I bet that is not the issue that we have. What's important is that we able to bring them out. I'm here so that they don't give up. So we are waiting. No matter what, I know this evening we are going to bring out a lot of them. We've been talking to them, and we know that they are going to do that. So, thank you.
Hello. Well, it appears I've lost both the minister and Kojo Fletcher, of course, so we'll try and raise the deputy minister up again on the line to get a bit more information on what's happening there. Well, the Media Coalition Against Galamsey is warning a failure by government to activate a national plan for its anti-illegal mining campaign may erode all the gains made earlier this year. The coalition says its checks have revealed that Galamsey operators are returning to some sites from where they were chased away. According to them, failure by government to activate a national plan involving the security agencies to guard concessions will likely lead to setbacks in the fight. Ken Ashibe is a leading member of the coalition, and he has been speaking to JoyNews.
Currently, as we speak in Dunkwao, there's some, small legal mining still taking place at night. A lot of them are going at night. You know, the village where the president, His Excellency, comes from. You know, some of my staff have gone there.
Referring to Chebi in the eastern region.
It's not. I've forgotten the name. It's around the Chebi area, the particular village. You know, Sundays. You know, there were evidence of these people going onto the river, carrying their long shafts. You know, going to mine on the river. That is happening. So we know that it's still happening. And the solution to this is for the president to activate the plan that they have. At this stage, we need to get the security forces to get onto the ground. And the plan is to have these security forces on the ground for 1 whole year. They need to get onto the ground. They need to involve the licensed small-scale miners. They also have their task forces who are on the ground. They know where these illegal miners are, so that they would be able to, you know, arrest these people, prosecute them, and they will serve as a deterrent, you know, for the people who want to go. Because if we are not very quick at it, the minister says 80%. I cannot, you know, verify that or deny that. Most of these people who are out would then feel that, well, why are other people up there in the fields doing it and you're preventing us? So I think that this 14 or 18 people whose lives is the signal to the president that we cannot wait another day. We need to take action now.
We need to take action now. Has been something we've been saying for quite a long time, I must say.